Hello, Helmut Flash here with a flashpoint, and this time I'm gonna to be talking about how to lean into new technology, and if you don't, you're basically eventually gonna be dosed. Many such particular kind of videos, and how to lean into new technology for two main reasons. Number one, in your existing practice or business. So we are mainly dealing with dentists, doctors, and this type of thing. Dentist is my main business, is my bread and butter for 65 years. And yes, this is a marketing video. This is a very, what you would say, vested interest video. I try to sell you something. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And doctor, just realize every time you examine a patient, you try to sell him something. Will it help him? Absolutely. Most likely, yes. Absolutely. He needs it. Absolutely, yes. Well, why would I feel different? Why would I not feel that what I do will help you? Okay. There is no patent on helping people made by dentists or by doctors. And you guys are the only one who can feel like, well, but he needs my service. Otherwise what? Okay. So, if you don't sell more crowns and more bridges, you'll go broke. So you wish people to walk in being sick or like at least needing work. No doubt about it. And you wish to sell it to them. You have no problem him getting into debts. In fact, you should learn how he is using credit cards to pay for your service, because do you know that credit cards originally, or credit originally, was kind of help with two things: education and health. Kind of like, hey, we need some education. Let's be willing to borrow for it, because that will probably come back in a good way to us. Education, by the way, is the type of thing I do. Okay. And as well as physical hands-on helping and service for you. And health is the thing you do. So your patients should be taking credit if needed to stay healthy, because having a gum disease needs to be fixed. And yet I would probably say more than half of the patients who you see with gum disease don't fix it because it doesn't hurt. Or should I say they don't fix it not because it doesn't hurt? Should I say they don't fix it because you have no clue how to explain it to them so that they do fix it and will fix it? That would be much more an accurate way. So if needed, you should be taking a credit for taking our service. Because if you as a doctor cannot afford our service and must be taking a credit, you are already extremely very sick. And sick people, like if you need if you need 4 quarters of periodontal surgery and a couple of root canals already and a couple of implants or, well, it costs more because you let your teeth deteriorate more. And so is it with everything else. Right? If a person is majorly sick, whatever, ulcers, cancer, whatever it may be, what is called majorly sick, versus a small little sniffle or small little, I kind of hurt myself here a little bit. Obviously, one way or the other way, be it via insurance or be it via personal cash, he has to pay you more to fix it. End of discussion. And if a doctor is so tight on money that he has hard time doing marketing, hard time doing this, his mindset is completely wrong set, and he just doesn't value that type of stuff, which of course, will put him in that situation, not having too much money ever. Or he really doesn't have it, and he should realize something is going very wrong. I mean, you're the most educated person on the planet, or you're part of the group of the most educated people on the planet. You should be having money to engage in new technologies, in new things, while never forgetting the old stuff. Just like a patient getting healthy, new medicine is wonderful. Everything. I mean, gee, we can replace a hip and walk the same day these days. Absolutely incredible. Implant and a whole whatever, not like George Washington, who apparently had a wooden tooth in it. Technology is great. But shouldn't a person still sleep well, eat relatively well, if that's even possible these days with the food we're getting in the food supermarkets? But it is possible. It just costs a little bit of money and a little bit of doing. Shouldn't he control his stress, basically lead a balanced life, not just work and make money and then kind of be sick at the age of 60 or even dead or dead broke, because despite the fact he worked like an idiot, he didn't make it? Or have a balanced life where, within sleep, within balance, within happiness, within all things together, good food, good eating, taking, certain, whatever, maybe vitamins, doing certain alternative healthcare treatments, basically taking a whole rounded approach to the whole thing would be good, right? So it's not just the new technology, it's also the normal old things. Do you understand? Does chicken soup have a power or not? I let that up to you. I, at the very least, love it, you know? And if it's the placebo effect that the chicken soup helps, well, do you really, and do any person really give a damn whether it's the placebo effect? If I feel better or not, I feel better. That's all that counts, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, what about if the new technology you're using to grow your practice also can be using to grow a new business? Let me tell you about new technology and not leaning in, not embracing it, not really taking it on by storm. What will happen? I'll give you a couple of examples, okay? Kodak didn't embrace new technology, dead. Nokia telephone didn't embrace new technology of smartphones and whatever you call that stuff, dead. Blockbusters, dead. Okay, let's go a little bit further. The carriages and the horse, dead. And funny enough, in none of these cases I just mentioned, there are hundreds more, almost with no doubt, the old guys kind of embraced it and then became like a new leader. No, it's always brand new people. What's happening right now in the car industry is what happened 100 years ago. The people who make carriages and horses, I mean, they don't make horses, but they do all those things, are gone. And the legacy automakers, the legacy car manufacturers, from General Motors to Ford to BMW to Mercedes to Toyota to VW, Volkswagen, the people's car in English name, they will be history. 5 years, 10 years, not so important, but they will be an enormously small shot of what they are now. In fact, they will not exist. They may do what they already do, group together in large groups. I mean, Volkswagen today is not Volkswagen anymore the way I knew it when I grew up. When I knew it, there was a Volkswagen. Now they have Audi as part of it, a company called Skoda. Name it. They have like enormous amount of companies' cars they took on and bought, and they keep using thing. They will all be dead and gone. Okay, there'll be a very little of itself. In 5 to 10 years, 70 to 80 to 90% of all cars will be electric. And not only will they be electric, they will not be from the old car companies because they have proven not to embrace new technology. They say they do a little bit. They say it very late, 10 years after, and they are not really doing it. They still want to improve the engine by another 3%. Who gives a damn? My car, my Jaguar has 410 horsepower. Whether it uses a little bit less gas or goes a little faster or whatever it may be, who the hell cares? Nothing changes. Electric car is a complete shift, a paradigm shift. And the new ones will not. There'll be the Chinese people moving in, of course, American car maker Tesla, who kind of, started that spark. And because of Elon Musk, this is all happening. Ladies and gentlemen, small business owners, dentists, doctors, if you do not embrace the new technology and see in which ways you can use it, which is where we come in to give you kind of like a, look, this is what can be done with it, this is what can be done with it, and this is what can be done with it. A little bit like with cooking, and since I like cooking, and since I cook for weddings in my place, which I started 5 years ago, and since I was in the hotel business for a long time after I became a mechanical machinery engineer in the 60s, late 60s, it's amazing what you can learn from, let's just say, YouTube videos on cooking or from, chefs on how a very same piece of bread or meat or spice can be used in ways, oh my God, this is incredible. Worth $1 million and plus, worth everything, just from pure happiness. And yes, happy people make more money because happy people usually make it through the pain of not making money when something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong. And by doing so, they keep going. They're not this like Grinch, which look at numbers only. Oh my God, those people are poor people. Most of the time, poor people, period. They don't have any money. But even if they do have money, it wouldn't matter because they are internally sick. Because, there are millionaires who get frustrated of losing $1,000 in some deal. And if that's you, please change. It ain't worth it. $100 million losing isn't worth to lose fun over life. Okay. And once you're in this kind of like, you know what, doesn't really matter whether I win or lose. All of a sudden, winning becomes so easy. Have you noticed that people who are very worried about scratching their brand new car, how they will scratch it? And then when that's done, well, all of a sudden they had, before that, they drove an old car, 5, 6, 8, 10 years old, whatever. But they never scratched it for 5, 7, 8, 10 years. And then the new car they scratch. Not because they're not used to it. Bullshit. Because they're so careful of not scratching it. So you scratch it. Let me tell you something. If you're worried about losing money and your attention is on losing money, you will always lose money. Even if it is only, and that's the biggest money, by not making more. End of discussion. That's just how it is. Look, lean into new technology first to grow your own business. And then use that very same technology, it's already set up, to go and grow other businesses worldwide. Unbreakable economy. You can sell, let's just say, shoes or T-shirts or courses or classes which you never made, or vitamins or comms or anything in the world, as we know. You can sell that anywhere in the world where it currently sells, but you need to be first set up. And how beautiful if you can set it up with your own business first. So you grow your own business, your own love, your own thing, your own reputation. You're like, wow, holy cow. It is not true that being a dentist in 2023 isn't worth it anymore. Oh, wow, I'm proof of it. I can do it. I did do it. And then use that very same technology with enormously little extra effort from there on to create a business more stable, more larger, more scalable, more profitable than your dental practice probably ever will be. Give us a call, find out. And even if you do not like signing up with us, as I always say, you will love the conversation. It will be with me. Just insist it is with me. Make sure, because sometimes we do have other people setting these appointments. Regardless of what, I do not sign anybody on our program without having first talked to them. So even if you do talk to other people before you sign up, you would have to, so to say, go through my screening. We simply can afford only to work with people who we really think we can help, which is then kind of a two-way road. We need people who we know are willing to learn, willing to do something. And yes, our marketing, our whole procedure of practice management will teach you to get into that same thing where you don't have to hope that people come in who pay you service, but that you're the one who selects which where what. And on top of it, you confirm that into other businesses. You kind of like roll that over in other businesses. And again, if you do not then sign up, that's kind of not good for you, not so good for me. But, yes, I can get other interviews relatively easy and fast, so not a big deal. But still, we're here to do. But you will still have liked it and loved it because it will give you food for thought for the future. And that by itself, I knew that I still helped you. There is absolutely no doubt about it. I know it. So go ahead, give that call. Ciao.